So I just took a week off, but I'm back, and back to boxing news. Mayweather shuts down all rumors as he is now set to face undefeated kickboxing and MMA star Tenshin Nasukawa. The Canelo fielding undercard has lost a key matchup, but can still probably do well. Vladimir Klitschko is interested in making a comeback, kind of, in 4 years. The WBO had its convention this last week, and they set out their mandatories for their current champions. And it is fight week for some key matchups in the cruiserweight division. So it is fight week for Alexander Usyk, who is set to defend his WBO, WBA, IBF, WBC, and Ring Magazine cruiserweight titles against former WBC and current WBC Emirates cruiserweight champion Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew is coming back from heavyweight as he had 2 fights against David Haye. And despite Usyk being the favorite, Tony Bellew feels he has something up his sleeve that can defeat Usyk. But imagine if he actually wins. Ooh. Also this weekend, the World Boxing Super Series Cruiserweight Tournament will have a doubleheader as the 2 remaining quarterfinals matchups will take place on DAZN. Krzysztof Głolecki will face Maxim Volkov, while Maris Briedis will fight Noel Griever. Briedis and Głolecki both lost to last season's tournament champion Alexander Usyk. And the latest fight results. Miguel Berchelt successfully defended his WBC super featherweight title for the 3rd time in a crazy thrilling fight against Miguel Roman. The first 4 rounds were really competitive, but after that it was just a Berchelt show. Though Berchelt was leading the scorecards, Roman still had a little bit left in each round and was able to catch Berchelt once in a while, giving him a puncher's chance. In the end, he was dropped 3 times and the ref just called a stop as he was taking too much punishment. As Berchelt has successfully defended in his mandatory fight, he is now open to chase the other champions. Nonito Donaire is back in the limelight, winning the WBA Super Bantamweight title from Ryan Burnett, who suffered a back injury in the 4th round.
I broke my back, spinal.
It's a shame it happened as the fight was starting to heat up, and it was looking to be a very close and entertaining fight. If it weren't for the tournament, there could possibly be a rematch, but Nonito Donaire now moves on, and now will face Zolani Tete in the semifinals. And in the super lightweight tournament, we saw Josh Taylor just outclassing Ryan Martin and eventually stopping him in the 7th round. Taylor's speed and movement was just too much for Martin to deal with. Taylor now moves on to the tournament and will face Ivan Baranchyk in the semifinals. And in some fight news, Amanda Serrano, the 6th Division World Champion, has signed a 3-fight deal with the online streaming app DAZN. The move to DAZN will eventually get her a fight against IBF and WBA lightweight champion Katie Taylor. And last week, the World Boxing Organization had its convention in Panama City, Panama, where they sent out a few mandatory title bouts and eliminator fights. One fight held in the World Boxing Super Series Cruiserweight Tournament with Krzysztof Głolecki and Maxim Volkov has been approved to be the interim world title bout, making the winner the mandatory fighter for Alexander Usyk. Dennis Hogan of Australia is now declared the mandatory challenger for Jaime Munguia's 154-pound belt. Super Bantamweight champion Isaac Dogbo already has a fight against Emmanuel Navarrete on December 8th, and that is now considered a mandatory defense, which works out because Navarrete is ranked at number 2 in the division.
That's crazy.
And in a bout close to being finalized, Donny Nietes and Kazuto Ioka is set to fight for the vacant super flyweight title. Retired former champion Vladimir Klitschko could possibly come back to the ring, but not just yet, probably about 3 to 4 years. In a recent interview, he said he's thinking about making a comeback only if there's historical meaning behind it. He feels he can break the record of the oldest heavyweight champion, which is currently held by legendary George Foreman, who won the championship at 55 years old. Klitschko is now 42 years old, so we would have to wait 4 or 3 years for that to happen. But a lot can happen. He can become president of Ukraine or really fat. Gervonta Davis is very close to finalizing a fight with former bantamweight, super bantamweight, and featherweight champion Abner Mares. Mares is moving up to super featherweight to challenge for Davis' title. There will be a slight size advantage for Gervonta Davis as he is bigger than him. Not much taller, but he is a lot bigger than Mares. But Mares does have the experience as he's in almost 10 championship fights. I don't know if I should include the silver championship belts, but if I do, more than 10. Artur Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr.'s fight on the Canelo undercard has now been postponed for early 2019. Beterbiev feels he needs more time to prepare for the hard-hitting Long Islander. In Beterbiev's last fight, he was knocked down by Callum Johnson in the 2nd round. So maybe he wants to rest his brain before he gets hit more. The loss of that fight shouldn't hurt the card very much, as David Lemieux is set to fight Tyranno Johnson in a fight that could steal the show with two pressure fighters who would like to fight. But then again, Johnson hasn't fought in over a year since his loss to Derevyanchenko. Also on the undercard, we'll see Tevin Farmer defending his title for the second time this year, and a title he just won in August. We'll also see IBF and WBA lightweight champion Katie Taylor defending her titles. And young rising star Ryan Garcia will be on the undercard, as he is now being trained by Canelo's trainers. Okay, so in a press conference with MMA promotion Rizin Fighting Federation, Floyd Mayweather announced that he'll be fighting on their New Year's Eve card, facing Tenshin Natsukawa in Japan. Natsukawa is an undefeated kickboxer and MMA fighter. We're not too sure what kind of fight this will be, if it will be an MMA fight or a kickboxing fight or boxing fight with what he had with McGregor. So for the meantime, we'll just have to guess.
Okay, so breaking news. As I'm editing this, I just read on the internet that fight's not going to happen. Apparently what happened, that Mayweather was actually blindsided by this whole event. He came in thinking that it was supposed to be a private fight between him and whoever, I guess Tenshin, in front of a group of wealthy people only. He did not realize it would be a big press conference and it would be a big stadium fight. So he just went along with it, and now that he's home, he just said, nah, pass. Hard pass. So, all that for nothing.
And that's all I have for this week. Catch you again.